Bonjour amigos. I can't see what I'm filming, so I'll do the best I can. This is a news wrap-up. I just want to bring up the Large Hadron Collider, ready to roll again unless God stops it first. A little more than a year after its ill-fated debut, the Hadron Collider is going to roll again. The controversial device, bigger than the London Underground Circle Line, is in the CERN laboratory in the Jura Mountains outside of Geneva on the border of France and Switzerland. They claim that on September 19th, after its launch last year, a small piece of electrical cable that provided power to the magnets broke loose. This sent a shower of sparks across the wiring, causing temperatures to rise quickly, followed by the release of helium, cooled to minus 271 degrees. The results weren't pretty and caused $60 million in damage. So the collider is going to roll again. This little interesting thing came up when I was looking for that. Large Hadron Collider scientist arrested on terrorism charges. If you think the Hadron Collider might bring the world to an end, you might have something there. A nuclear physicist working on the Large Hadron Collider was arrested in France on suspicion of advising Al-Qaeda of possible terrorist targets. This is from October 11th. An unnamed 32-year-old contractor was arrested with his brother near Lyons. He was one of 7,000 people working on the CERN collider. For the most part, it's been closed for repairs after helium leak. And they're stating that the contractor was not interested in sabotage of the LHC, but attempting to identify nuclear reactor targets for Al-Qaeda. So he was arrested. It was basically unrelated. Now we're talking about the Fort Hood shooter. This is not new news. This is from November 5th. But I've been reading recent reports, and the recent reports, they have omitted, I'm not going to say altered, but they have omitted some of the information or changed it in some way. So I just wanted to go back to the original report claiming that federal law enforcement officials say that the Fort Hood shooter had come to their attention at least 6 months ago because of internet postings discussing suicide bombings and other threats. The postings were made by Nidal Hasan, who was killed during the shooting incident. Well, this was an old report. See, the next one says he's not dead. But they said, the reason they said he was not dead, there was confusion at the hospital. So this was the reasoning. Now, regarding the other reports regarding the shooter, they stated that he had a blog that equated suicide bombers with a soldier who would throw himself on a grenade to save the lives of his comrades. He also is said to have been set to deploy. He was a psychiatrist. He had a poor performance review at his previous post. They claimed he was only doing psychiatry for a year, and they linked him to 2 other soldiers at that time, which we know now. They have changed that story. And also they recorded that they had to tell people that it was not a drill. So I'm just concerned that the information has changed slightly regarding this man's background. According to them, they were watching him for 6 months. He had a blog. He made postings about suicide bombing, and that the whole thing was a hospital mix-up regarding his death, and that he was about to deploy. That was an initial report. It was in the second report. So I can't find the blog myself. I suppose I'm so late it's probably been on someone else's show. I just wanted to bring you up to date on those stories. Blessings.